Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for NBA on Wednesday, December 29th, 2021. We're going to have NBA player props and spreads for you here today. My name is Steve, and we're going to have 4 picks that I think are great value bets here for the Wednesday NBA slate. Guys, we knocked out 1,100 subscribers last episode. Thank you all for your support on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're going to have a new goal here to get to 1,200 here by the end of the week. So let's see if we could do that. You guys absolutely rock. If you're a returning subscriber, returning viewer, please also consider hitting that like button. It really does help us out. Appreciate you all. Be sure to also check out our community Discord page. It's a great place to connect with our community. I'll have a link in the comment section and in the description where you can check that out. It's a great resource there to get new ideas for bets as well. Be sure to also put your favorite pick down below. For today, down in the comment section, if you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, now results from the previous episode. So we were coming off a 4-0 sweep there on Monday. Tuesday did not go quite the plan. We went 1-2, and honestly, even the one that we hit, we were actually fortunate to cash that one. We cashed on the LeBron James over 28.5 points. He came on there late and was able to finish for the game with 32 points. So obviously I was pretty happy about that, the fact that we were able to cash that. Missed on the Warriors spread. They actually made a great run in the second half, but they were down by 24 at halftime, almost came back and won. Tied the game late. I was hoping it'd go to overtime for a shot to get that spread, but what can you do? It's just one of those things that happens. And then we missed on the Chris Middleton over 4.5 rebounds. It just didn't get there. Honestly, he got the minutes. I was actually really happy about that. He got over 30 minutes, which is the only thing I was really worried about with that bet. And he still didn't get there. Finished with 2 rebounds. What can you do? We're going to get after it today, guys. We're going to get this 4-0. So let's get right into our picks. At number 1, we are going with Ja Morant over 6.5 assists here for the Memphis Grizzlies at minus 120 odds. So Morant is 12-11 on the season to this line with 5 hooks. That means in 5 of the losses he finished with 6 assists. And honestly, I kind of like seeing that. That means he's just about there every time when we take this bet in good or bad matchups. Now, obviously this is about as good of a matchup as you could hope for. Lakers allow the most assists in the NBA to point guards. They're an extremely undisciplined defense. They play terrible on the defensive side. It's just absolutely atrocious to watch the Lakers play defense. So what happens there is, you have your point guard break them down off the dribble, and everybody leaves home, leaves people wide open. So it sets up a lot of great assist opportunities, and we see the Lakers do that on a nightly basis. And they're on a back-to-back here. So, there's no reason to think that their defense is going to be great on a back-to-back. And like I said, I just love this matchup here for Morant. Morant is 3 out of 3 in his last 3 games versus the Lakers to this line. He had 10 in his first matchup this season versus Lakers, so we love that. We like a nice, easy cash, which I think we could be in line for here. He's 4 out of 6 with a hook versus top 10 defenses allowing the most assists. So when it is a positive matchup for Morant, usually takes advantage of it. And even in one of those 2 losses, he's, like I said, still finished on the hook. So I like seeing that. So honestly, guys, I love it. For a point guard line, this is fairly low. Especially with a great matchup that we have here. This is a fairly low line. So, love it there for our number 1 pick. Ja Morant over 6.5 assists here for the Grizzlies at minus 120 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with the Chicago Bulls minus 2.5 first quarter spread here versus the Atlanta Hawks at minus 112 odds. So the Bulls on the season 10-5 at home against the spread. Hawks are 6-10 on the road against the spread. Why do I like the first quarter so much, though? Namely, it's the injuries to the Hawks starters here. So if we're coming out of the gate, who are we coming out of the gate with here for the Hawks? We're not going to have John Collins. We're not going to have Bojan Bogdanovic, and possibly not Kevin Huerter as well. Kevin Huerter does have a shot to play. He may be able to clear COVID protocols before the game, but we'll see. But even if he plays, honestly, I still don't mind this at all. I love the Bulls at home. Riding the home energy here. The Bulls are 3 out of 3 in the last 3 games to this first quarter spread at home. So I love seeing that. Now, the play is a little bit speculative. Keep that in mind here. Is there great research and statistics necessarily to support this? Not necessarily. The Hawks actually won the first quarter on Monday versus Chicago by 5. So, bear that in mind. But, I love the home energy here. At the end of the day, I will take Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic over whatever the Hawks got any day of the week. And that's really what it comes down to. And they're really just asking to win by one possession, by 3 points. So I think it's definitely, honestly, I love this bet. Even though, like I said, it's a little bit speculative. It's not one of those things that that you go, well, Steve, they lost by 5 on Monday, and they played, virtually the same team. But they did have Bogdanovic there on Monday for the Hawks. Bogdanovic was in the lineup. He won't be in the lineup here. And I expect the Bulls just to play better and start faster out of the gate at home in particular. So, love it there for our number 2 pick. Chicago Bulls minus 2.5 first quarter spread here versus the Atlanta Hawks at minus 112 odds. Okay, and at number 3, we're rolling with the Indiana Pacers minus 3 spread here versus the Charlotte Hornets at minus 112 odds. So the Pacers have been playing pretty well at home here lately, and they are fairly healthy as of right now as well. Just Malcolm Brogdon on the injury report, and he's listed as questionable for this game. So the Pacers are actually fairly healthy here coming into this game. They've won 5 of their last 6 home games by an average of 12 points, so we love seeing that. Their one home loss that they had during that stretch was to the Golden State Warriors by 2 points. So I don't mind that at all, honestly. Obviously, Golden State's a very good team. Pacers on the season 10-7-1 at home against the spread. Charlotte Hornets 10-12 on the road against the spread. Now, I took the Hornets the other night at home, and we mentioned how good of a home team that they've been against the spread. Not so much, like I said, on the road. 10-12 on the road against the spread. Hornets ranked 30th in defensive efficiency. Pacers ranked 18th. Hornets are second in offensive efficiency. The Pacers are 13th. So, overall, this is really just a matchup of, a team in the Pacers that plays, solid on both ends of the floor, and a Hornets team that primarily tries to beat you by running up the floor and scoring a lot of points on you. Now, the Hornets do have a couple players out for this game as well. They have Miles Bridges out and P.J. Washington. Not that I necessarily think that's a huge deal anyway. I mean, I took the Hornets spread the other day when those guys were out, and they covered easily, and I don't necessarily have a problem with it. But in this spot, I really like the Pacers here at home. I just think, they're a much better home team. And they're going to, they already played 2 games versus the Hornets this year where they lost by a combined 4 points, both games in Charlotte. So I think coming back to Indiana here, I expect Indiana to win. Absolutely. And Indiana's really healthy right now, actually. It's kind of crazy. Indiana's, you look at the roster, they're one of the healthiest rosters right now in the NBA. So I love it there, guys. For our number 3 pick, Indiana Pacers minus 3 spread here versus the Charlotte Hornets at minus 112 odds. Okay, and finally at number 4, we are going with Derek White over 28.5 PRAs here for the San Antonio Spurs at minus 118 odds. So White is 5-5 in his last 10 games of this line. Now, of course, you wouldn't love that necessarily, but you got to consider the fact that we don't have DeJounte Murray in this game, and we actually don't have Kyle Lowry. He's a pretty good on-ball defender. And both those players out. So DeJounte Murray obviously being out is going to create a lot more opportunities here for Derek White, and they're going to have to lean on him more. And Kyle Lowry, without him on the floor, expect the Heat to suffer here defensively. They're already pretty bad against shooting guards anyway, and now against point guards it should be about the same. The Heat allow the second most points in the NBA to shooting guards, so we love seeing that. And now, like I said, with Lowry out, they're going to struggle against point guards, too. And you could see Derek White playing a little bit of both here tonight. Obviously, with DeJounte Murray out, so that's why we take both of those into account. But on the season, Derek White averages 1.8 more points, 1 rebound, and 1.1 assists more at home. So White is definitely performed much better at home. And without DeJounte Murray in the lineup so far in 2 games, he's got 51 PRAs in 51 minutes without DeJounte Murray. And he averages 30.6 minutes per game on the season. So expect him here to play, in the mid-30s range, especially with Murray being out. He played 35 last game and cashed this with 31 PRAs. He had 20 PRAs there against the Detroit Pistons a few games ago, but only played in 16 minutes. So that's why it's kind of significant. I don't think you'll see that happen again. Spurs got out and absolutely hammered the Pistons there. But like I said, I'm not expecting that to happen here against a solid Heat team. The Heat still will keep this relatively close to keep Derek White in the game. And I think Derek White, honestly, will cash this fairly easily. I'm expecting him to get in the mid-30s for PRAs, which would be about in line with his projected minutes for this game. So, honestly, guys, I love it there. Derek White has been one of my favorite bets on the season. His PRA line now has gone up. I was betting his PRA line when I was in the lower 20s. But obviously here without DeJounte Murray, no Kyle Lowry. I do love it here for a number 4 pick. So take it there for a number 4 pick. Derek White over 28.5 PRAs here for the San Antonio Spurs at minus 118 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. If you're a returning viewer, also please consider hitting that like button as well. Make sure you turn your notifications on as well so you know when I'm going live next. I say going live, our next upload. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I've been, like I said, really under the weather here lately. The last couple days have not felt good. But I did spend a lot of extra time here doing research this morning. I could have had this video probably out earlier, so sorry about that the video is a little bit late today. But I really wanted to make sure I felt good about what I played today as far as our picks go. Now, our style is a little bit different, honestly, today. There's a little bit more speculative stuff going on today. As far as with these lines and as far as, with injuries and stuff, we're analyzing a lot more injuries and stuff today as opposed to just being trends and statistics, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's where you could get a lot of value, honestly, is being able to evaluate the injury situation. So, looking for this 4-0, guys. I expect to get a 4-0 today. Again, we got one on Monday, and then Tuesday was a little bit of a down day for us. Again, there with the 1 and 2. But let's get it today, guys. I wish you all the best of luck in your bets. Drop me your favorite pick down below in the comment section as well. Let me know what you're playing. Always curious about that. I just love talking to you guys about that. Any questions you have for me, I'll try to get to those in the comments as well. But I'm a little delayed. Don't try to be a little understanding of that. Like I said, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I have to kind of turn stuff off and rest. So I've actually been napping a lot. But yeah, other than that, guys, that's my spiel for the day. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Check out our Discord as well. Good luck on your bets. Have a great rest of your day. We will catch you back tomorrow for another NBA episode. Until then, peace out.